This fight can either last 5 seconds or it can be a majority split draw. I don't know what's gonna happen. We have in the heavyweight division, we have
the veteran
Andrei Arlovski versus Marcos Rogerio de Lima. And, you know, Andrei right now...
his name longer than his fights.
Yeah, that's true. So some of these fights...
Well, you see one of Marcos' fights, you've seen them all.
I'm going to tell you this, though, man. This is kind of interesting because when you look at let's say the last just 2 losses, right? Andrei has only lost to Tom Aspinall and Jairzinho. And Jairzinho in 2019 was actually... still looked at as somebody who could do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, that was a dangerous time to fight him too because, he got knocked out. Oh, yeah.
You remember he got knocked out with like a jab, left hook kind of thing? He caught him coming in.
Yeah, dang.
But he hasn't replicated that since then.
Yeah, but so losing to Jairzinho and Tom Aspinall ain't bad. So he's on a 4-fight win streak, 5, 6, 7. He's 7-2.
It's only one thing with Andrei. Some of them wins kind of questionable.
Man, half of those decision wins are very questionable.
He was surprised himself when they announced his name.
But truth be told, a lot of these guys, they didn't overly... Like, I was there for the Jared Van Der fight, and that wasn't a split decision. He clearly won that fight. Like, it wasn't... Yeah, Jared outlanded him, but it was, like, more peppering... Like, to keep you away from me punching. It wasn't
points
commanding, like, stylistic, like styling on Andrei or nothing like that. Like, relax. Jared is a taller fighter who can just throw his hand out there and hit you. That is not the same thing. Like, it wasn't damaging punches at all. So now the Jake Collier fight, I don't know about that one, man.
Yeah, he lost that one, man.
That was very.
Yeah, it was very suspect.
But Andrei, at one point in time in his career, he started getting knocked out a lot.
What I was gonna say.
So for him to even get to this point where he can stay in the fight close enough.
No, for him to have a career now and still be fighting.
I know it's
what? How many wins he got?
He's 34-20.
So he got what? 54 total fights.
Yeah,
oh my god!
He got no contest. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's a long time, man. Now on the other end of this, now he's been fighting more technical, and most of these fights have been on the feet. You know.
Yeah.
But with Marcos Rogerio, man, you talk about a mixed bag, man. Dude won by knockout. Hold on, let's go. First of all, Clint Hester.
Why were they fighting?
Why were they fighting? What in the world was going on here?
They must have had to fight at light heavyweight.
This is light heavyweight. I actually remember this fight. So, now, hold on. First of all, he got Nikita. Man, this dude's record is crazy. He got Igor Prokaryak on the record, Nikita Krylov, Clint Hester. I'm not familiar with this guy. Jeremy Kimball.
That's the guy with the long hair, right? Is Jeremy Kimball?
Yeah. Lost by one flu choke. Then you win a decision. Then you lose by arm triangle to Stefan.
And that fight, the way it happened, and I think, what's his name? I think Marcos has the worst fight IQ in the history of the UFC.
Man, it's definitely top 3. But it's crazy because he's so dangerous. If he hits Andrei one time, this fight is over.
He in the same category as Francis Ngannou. Because I watched one of Marcos fight early on, like from years ago, and he wasn't losing.
You're talking about pure power, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he wasn't losing, but nothing was really happening. They both were just throwing punches, and he wasn't landing the right hand. And then he did a jab, and he did a right uppercut and knocked the guy out with one punch. It was like, man,
and that's the thing. Andrei has to keep it technical, and he's good at that now, getting it to the judges, but
Andrei, do he have the style to beat Marco?
A lot of guys are taking him down and trying to they're not even really trying to deal with him standing up. And Andrei really ain't got no choice. So this actually kind of might be a little disastrous. I can see Marcos is good at winning fights he's supposed to lose. And he's good at losing fights he's supposed to win.
That's why he's still in the UFC.
And that's why he's still in the UFC. And that's why his record looked the way it looked. Bro, he beat Ben Rothwell. That was crazy.
If you can starch Ben Rothwell the way he did, you can starch Andrei.
Yep. And he got 2 wins over Ben Rothwell, I want to say.
He do? No, he don't.
No, he don't. Oh, no,
I don't know about him. I got 1.
That was okay, my fault. Andrei got 1 over him too. I saw Ben's name twice.
Oh yeah.
But just once per time on these people record. I mean, I'm going with
I'm a weird one, man.
I'm gonna say Andrei by decision just because they seem to if he can go 15 minutes, they seem to just like him.
When was the last time Marcos went 3 rounds though? So if he gonna lose,
but Andre
by
don't.
submission.
But a lot of times, Andre don't go for that though. Like even if it presents itself.
No, but this is what I'm saying. This might benefit Marcos. This matchup
Because
it's weird because Andre, when he was younger, earlier in his career, he used to go for like more takedowns and submissions. Now he just do more striking.
Pure striking, like for the most part. And up against the clinch work against the cage.
He might take this fight to the ground and submit him. We might see a
he
different version.
gonna have to fight smart against. Man, he got 54 fights. He got to know to just close the distance as safely as possible. You know what I mean, and get this fight to the ground. He has to know that. I'm going with Andre, and I'm praying that he ain't crazy enough to just think that. He gonna outpunch this dude for 3 rounds because Marcos will knock him out, bro. What you think gonna happen?
Man, Marcos by first round knockout.
That fight ain't gonna last as long as this prediction.
Hey, Marcos fighting Woody from Toy Story next. You never know who Marcos fighting, man. You look at his record. Hold on, he fought him. He fought the gingerbread man. Like who? These are weird matchups, man. Like it's just weird.
I don't know
to see who fighting.
But and I'm gonna tell you another thing.
You know who he's gonna fight next? I'm gonna tell you who he's gonna fight next. What's the guy named, bro? The Brazilian Khabib guy, Ja Ayton.
Man, and they will make that fight, and he might go in there and sleep something too. Then and they supposed to. But now I'll never pick him over Jelton. But the thing is, look at his record, alternating wins and losses, and we know what's next.
Look who he fought against though.
This was a tough one anyway, and he went to a decision with that one.
Hold on, who was that? That's Andre.
Blagoy Ivanov.
No, I'm saying who is that? Is it Andre's record or Marcos?
This is Marcos.
He lost the decision?
Yeah, remember that? We watched that one a few months ago. So, but majority of the time it don't go. Because remember, he had the least amount of decisions. Remember they had that weird record where he had the least amount of decisions?
Oh, yeah.
So it was basically live by the sword, die by the sword. So his cardio has gotten a little bit better.
I think that's in Marcos' contract. He can't know who his opponent is.
Until
so they just put a random person in there. He might be fighting Dana White. He's gonna be fighting Dana White in his next fight.
The Capri Sun man when he get. But I'm gonna go with the safe bet is Andre by decision. But
whenever he fought certain level of knockout artists, when he fight the Rosen Strikes, when he fight against like the I'm
gonna tell you
Francis Ngannou.
I'm gonna tell you something else. Andre got a bad habit of losing to people he's supposed to beat. I mean historically. I'm talking about the people who, on paper, you say, well, clearly Andre will win this one, right? When you look at everything, Andre going in and getting knocked out and look, he be going there getting beat in 20, 30, 40 seconds. And Andre got a thing where he'll be doing good and then he'll just get starts like that. It's time for Andre to hold another L, man. I hate to say it.
But Marcos has this thing where sometimes he initiate the grappling too, man. It's kind of, his IQ is like, he got the IQ of a fruit fly, man. Like
I know, but I think it's
he might try to take Andre down and get submitted or something.
Andre moving like that these days. That's why another thing is Andre put himself in a box by only being able to fight and win one way. And I'm going with Marcos, man. And it ain't really like a logical thing. It's time for Andre to lose a fight he's supposed to win, and it's time for Marcos to win a fight he's supposed to lose. Yeah, and I'm going Marcos.
Ain't no point of overthinking this, bro, because Andre's 43 and Marcos is a freak fighter, man. He may win in 30 seconds. He might lose in 30 seconds.
Man, this is like
he might go out there and break his ankle, walking to the cage. It might be a new outcome we never heard before.
He might slip on a banana.
Pre-fight injury and
he might slip on a banana peel during the weigh-ins and win by knock. You just don't know. I'm going with this is like a freak show, like a pride fight. Somebody might come in the cage and hit somebody with a steel chair.
Yeah. My prediction, I'm going with the referee on this one. Man. I'm going with the referee, man. Herb Dean by first round stoppage.
I'm gonna tell you something.
I'm going with Herb Dean on this one, man.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Going Frank Trigg. Maybe Frank Trigg can win the fight. Oops. Oopsie. Frank finally won the fight as referee. That's the only way Frank Trigg can win the fight.
No, first of all, he is underrated. He won a bunch of fights. But the thing is, man, I'll tell you what, if it go three rounds, I know who's gonna win for real.
Absolutely.
The judge is gonna win. I can tell you that right now.
Man.
And both of them gonna lose if the judge, because I'm telling you, this fight can either last 5 seconds or it can be a majority split draw. I don't know what's gonna happen.
They might bring up 2 more rounds, but like back in the day, well, we gonna.
They might say,
We forgot to tell y'all we got 3 more rounds for y'all.
They might put a ladder in the middle of the cage and say it's a Money in the Bank fight now.
Hey, after the first 5 minutes, they might say we're gonna add 20 more minutes. It could be like back in the day in the prior rules.
Hey man, you never
y'all
know.
going 30 minutes straight.
I ain't putting no money on this, man. I'll stay away. Man, look, you couldn't pay me to